All right, Ayesha, I think it's time for a drink. What do you say?
Absolutely.
Yes, we get to drink. Marcel? Marcel? Oh,
I went on a first date, and when I opened the door, my man was at my front door, and I was like, "Oh, like right." And then he hit me with the Rico. He pulled the flowers out, and I was like, "Wow, this is different, right?" So I'm not even paying attention. I brush past this, trying to walk down the steps and get to the door, right? Because I'm not paying attention. I'm just so not used to it, and it just hasn't like I just didn't have a lot of practice. He opened my car door. I get inside. He closed the door. I immediately went to my group chat. It's weird.
I didn't want kids. I didn't want to get married. I thought I was going to be career girl and that's it. And I had my eyes set on my goals. And I was never the little girl that like dreamt about the wedding dress and all of that. And then it happened so early in my life.
Did you talk to Steph about it?
He tries to resonate with me, but he just can't. And he also comes from a place of like, it's effing stupid. Like, it's not true. So why? And I'm like, but wait, like, listen to how it makes me feel. And he's like, but why does it make you feel like that? It's not real. After we got married, we found out we were pregnant with our daughters so quickly. I didn't even have time to think about what I wanted anymore. It's so interesting. I spent my entire life like trying to work towards something, and then it kind of just disappeared, and I didn't think twice about it. But after my daughter turned 1, I remember there being a shift and being like, I have goals for myself. Like, this doesn't feel right. I love being a mom, but I love doing other things too. And I need to get my shit together and figure out what that looks like for myself now.
If I have a career and I'm not home, like did you experience that?
I still experience that. I still experience that. I'm always in therapy talking about this. If you lose all of those things that were interesting about you, even for yourself, like even the things that made me feel confident and cool, then what are you doing?
Yo, so we back in here for another edition of F-ya-Motha, and I said it once and I'll say it again. I think Steph Curry need to drop this hole on her head, because this is Jada Pinkett, Gabrielle Union activities right here. And I just feel like it's one way to feel like that. It's another thing to go on a public platform and berate the $140 million man. Like, he's worked his life to make that happen. He's accomplished his dream. And if you didn't genuinely like him, I think she said in another video interview that she didn't initially like him, and he was too square to, he didn't have a pimp bone in his body. But me personally, I wouldn't have stood for it. Like, if you don't like me, I won't even pursue you. It's always been like that. That's how you keep your shit tight. You don't pursue. I had an old cat tell me that. I went to the mall, tried to holler at these hoes, and he was just like, yo, why you hollering at the chicks that's not feeling you? And I'm like, what you mean? He said, yo, if they not making eye contact with you, when you look at them, don't approach them. You shouldn't have to convince a woman to like you. She should like you. If she don't like you, then move on to somebody that's feeling you. And I'm like, but how do you get, like, should not have to. He said, no, you shouldn't have to make nobody like you. people are attracted to people that catch their eye. If she's attracted to you and she likes what she sees, then you go from there. You roll off that. What you don't try to do is convince a bitch that she should choose up on you. If you got to convince her to choose up on you, yeah, you probably did. That's too much work, and you'll never genuinely get her. So what's the point? To which, now that I'm older, I've used that ever since. Like, ever since then, I ain't trying to convince no chick that, you know what I'm saying, like, she should like me. You know what I'm saying? She don't like what she see, and then when I open my mouth, I don't drop the ism. She ain't feeling it. It just, hey, it is what it is. Ain't no hole that fine where I gotta like put up with it, because you have situations like this where later on in life, 10, 15, 20 years later, she gonna, Lord forbid you make some money, then she gonna start going on public platforms talking about she didn't like you and you grew on her and she didn't want kids. It's like, bitch, what the fuck did you pursue me for? Because let's not get it twisted. Men pursue women, but women reciprocate. So what was the reciprocation for? Because if you didn't like me, you could have just said nah, and I could have went to the next one. I done fucking went, like, broke my neck, and I could have been doing other things. And all the men out there know what I'm talking about. When you, like, it pains us when we actually sacrifice and we end up choosing a chick that didn't genuinely like us. We could have kept the roster, or we could have kept, like, I know I've had this regret. I messed with a chick that clearly she wasn't the right one for me. And looking back on it, after everything was said and done, like, I was pissed off because I had a roster. I could have kept playing the field. You know what I'm saying? I like shut down shit to commit with her. I stopped spending time with my friends, to the point where they thought I was neglecting them, only for this bitch 4 years later to get up and figure she didn't want to do that. So now I got no friends, I got no roster, I'm starting from scratch, and yeah, just like all that shit could have been avoided. Now that was a fool part on my part, and to her credit, she actually did like me. But in a situation like this, if I was him, I would really be feeling like that. Like, yo, I could have picked a baddie that really liked me, or could have been fucking with a gold digger. But to actually commit to one woman, and she even said she didn't want kids. So like, she like them now, but it's just like, now you got kids in the world that she don't genuinely like. And no man wants to be with a woman that don't genuinely like their kids, or didn't really want them, right? You may like them now because of sacrificing age and the fact that she had them. But as a man, that's not I don't know, that's not a good look, fam. That looks bad. She is making his relationship look bad. He clearly don't got a pimp bone in his body, because he's allowing her to go on platforms that kick shit like this. There would have been at least an understanding that don't even go on platforms talking like this. If you feel like this, like certain things you keep private. You don't go on public platforms talking about you didn't really like me, and you didn't really want to be married, and you wasn't ready to have kids. It's like, what the fuck? Now you out here making me look crazy. And as a man, you shouldn't be out in this motherfucker looking crazy. Your woman should never make you look crazy. Your woman is to be a representative for you. She is not representing him. She's doing Jada Pinkett activities, making this man look foolish and square and a lame. And I could keep going with other adjectives to describe a sucker, but I like Steph Curry, so I'm gonna just keep it there. You know what I'm saying? But like, realistically, like, this is embarrassing. In any event, if y'all like this episode, like, comment, and subscribe, and I'm out.